All right, guys. So today we're going to be testing out tabletop games from Amazon. It was very simple. I just went on Amazon, I typed in tabletop games, and I bought pretty much all of them. With the exception of, I think I have one that is not technically tabletop, but it looks kind of cool. But we'll get to that in a minute. The first one, which I did not expect this to be this small. For some reason, I pictured this being about like 2 foot by 4 foot, like approximately the size of this tabletop, or like maybe just a little bit shorter or something. But this is a tabletop pool set, or not a pool set, a pool table. Come on. Oh, there we go. Now this is so much smaller than what I had pictured. And maybe it's not gonna be bad, but I kind of think it's gonna be essentially useless. I have played pool on like smaller tables, maybe like a table a little bit bigger than this tabletop, and even that was kind of useless. So I think shrinking it down to this size, I don't think it's gonna be that much fun, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, we got the triangle. We even got a little brush, chalk. What's so funny, why do we have pool sticks that are literally the size of drumsticks? I don't know how long a regular drumstick is, but I feel like that's about the size of your standard like drumstick. But we have sticks this small, but then we have full-size chalk. The balls. And these things are tiny. Shoot a little pool here. I know this isn't the way that you're supposed to rack them, but for this demonstration, it really doesn't matter. Actually, I think the 8-ball is. That is where the 8-ball is supposed to go. Let me get my stick. I'm gonna chalk it up because, you know, I don't want to mess up. See if we can get a nice break. What is that, a scratch whenever you hit the cue ball in? I don't really love that. There's no good way to get the ball back. Okay, let's see if we can make some magnificent shots. Like maybe we'll put that in there. Maybe not. I'll put the 12 right there in there. The physics are a little bit off. Let's try again. Let's just cheat a little bit. Let's see if we can put the 1 in there. I think what's off is the speed, because they seem to be moving real slow. See if we can just get that 5 in there. Okay, that was good. I'm not gonna lie, this isn't as bad as I thought. I don't have any shots here. Let's just break them up. Oh, there's the 14. See if I can get that 14 in there. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, a little breeze got it in. No problem. Get this 1. Oh, come on. Okay, so I think you guys get the gist. I'm not gonna lie, it's not that bad. The one thing that I'm kind of not that thrilled about is just like the speed at which the balls roll. Like I think a regular pool table is like 8 feet. You can roll a ball and it's gonna roll like pretty much all the way to the end. But this, it just feels like when you hit them, they just don't roll that far. Whereas like normally, like if you break, you know, they spread out everywhere. Whereas these just kind of all huddle together. So that part's not that great. But it's still kind of fun. I mean, I'm sure you could have a great time with this. See if we can get the 8-ball in, see if I can just lose. I think I'm hitting it way too hard. I think with these little tiny ones, you just gotta go a little bit easier. Maybe not. Maybe I just suck. I win. Okay, so I think this is actually pretty all right. If I had to rate this thing out of 10, I would say this is probably a 5. It's not great. You could have some fun with it. I think if they just made it maybe just like a foot yeah, maybe like another foot longer and a foot wider. Then I think you could really, and then made the balls a little bit bigger so they had a little bit more heft to them. I think then you'd be working with something that's you could actually have some serious fun on without having a full-size pool table. I think it's just a little bit too small. So I'd probably give it like a 5. Okay, so before we go any farther, today's video is sponsored by Hungryroot. So what is Hungryroot? Hungryroot is an online grocery delivery service that makes it easy to eat healthy. Here's how it works. It's very simple. You take a little quiz, you tell them a little bit about yourself, you tell them, your dietary needs, any goals you want to accomplish, anything like that. They take all that information and then they will send you a weekly box with 10-minute recipes. Now, one of my favorite things about Hungryroot is not only does it save you so much time because now you don't have to go to the grocery store, it just gets shipped straight to your door, but you get to edit your deliveries so you can pick what you want so you only get exactly what you want. Another thing I like Hungryroot is if you're like me and you tend to be a creature of habit, using Hungryroot can help you discover new foods. They also cater to a wide variety of dietary needs. And then not only that, they help you save time, money, and reduce food waste. And then on top of all of that, something else that sets them apart is they send you full-sized groceries. Let's dump this out, see what we got. Oh, looks like we got a whole bunch of goodies in here. I have my paper with the quick recipes. I'm gonna go with the cheesy prosciutto flatbread because that looks easy and simple. Oh, there's our flatbread. Where is this? There's our prosciutto. And what else we need? Cheese. Cheese. With some fruit grain bites. We have buns, which we probably have burgers. Yep, we got burgers. We got a whole bunch of good stuff. Oh, we got dark chocolate peanut butter almonds. That is so good. I could eat that whole bag. All right, let's make that. All right, let's try this out. Let's go for this piece right here. I like how crunchy that is. That is definitely good. So if you're interested in trying Hungryroot for yourself, you can get 40% off your first box, plus you get a free item of your choice in every box for life. Just go to hungryroot.com, use code TUBE at checkout. All the links will be in the description, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. All right, now this next one, this is supposed to be a 3-in-1. This is supposed to be a shuffleboard, I think bowling, and something else. So I think this is shuffleboard. Maybe this is shuffleboard and that's bowling. And this is something else. Curling. Oh yeah, shuffleboard, curling, and bowling. So I guess this is shuffleboard, and then this is curling and bowling. I thought curling was supposed to be done on ice. Okay, so we got our bowling pins, a ball. I guess that's our bowling ball. These are who knows what. Oh, that's it. So I guess these are our curling and shuffleboard pieces. Okay. I think our goal with this is to try to get him in our separate things, like 1 point, 2 point, 3 points. Okay. Okay, maybe not so easy. I can get at least 1 in the 3. Too hard. Okay, maybe this isn't that easy. They kind of move around weird. Oh, I got 1 in the 2. Oh, Well, that counts, I think, right? You're allowed to collide, I believe. Let's try again, see if I can just naturally get one in the 3. Ugh. Come on, get out of here. You're interfering. That was way too hard. That's like halfway in the 3. Come on, just give me my 3 so I can move on to the next thing. I mean, I guess that kind of counts. Okay. I think we get the point. So that's pretty cool. I don't know exactly how much fun that would be, but it's interesting. So now we have bowling and curling. So let's do some bowling. I've got our ball, which is literally just a ball bearing. So it's a little interesting. I don't know if you like should roll it like this, or if you could kind of go like this. But I guess you have to stay behind this line. Okay. I really suck at this, I guess. I feel like it wants to lean to the right. Oh, that's kind of lame. If you hit in the center, do you just get a strike every time? Unlike real bowling? Okay, let's just see if we can get it in the center. Okay, so you don't get a strike every time. But like, I feel like that's the downside to all these, like any miniature bowling thing that I've ever used in my life. It's always pretty much either you miss, or if you just hit like anywhere in the front, then you just get a strike. So it doesn't really mimic real bowling. I'm not really a huge fan of that. But I guess it is what it is. So that's cool. All right, let's try out some curling. See if we can get anything perfect in the target. Oh, we're on the board. Man. Okay, that one just like curved like crazy. Where's my little brush that I need to do the curling? I feel like this board is like warped. Like from the center, I feel like it warps this way and this way. Because it seems like if you, even with the bowling, if you roll it straight, it seems to just either just like go to one side or the other. Like watch, let's go right down the center line. Okay, maybe not. Make a liar out of me. Look at that. That's perfect. Almost completely perfect. I'm satisfied with that. If I had to rate this 1 through 10, maybe like a 7, I think. Because it's got 3 games in one. Granted, 2 of the games are kind of the same thing with the curling and the shuffleboard. But these seem to be pretty good. It's actually, you know, a challenge. It's not super easy to just get it to roll right into the center. The bowling is kind of you know. You could have some fun with it, but so I think overall just give it a good 7. All right, next up we have 2 different versions of tabletop cornhole. Now, I'm a huge fan of regular cornhole. I love that. I'm not sure that the tabletop version is gonna be that great, but we'll give it a try. That seems simple enough. I think you just pop these on. Okay, so this is just like your regular cornhole. Wow, these bags kind of suck. So that's your regular cornhole. This one, which is like the same thing, except for you have like little spring-loaded things. I think this one might actually be more fun. Okay, I don't know what that is. These are filled with like little BBs. These have scoring things on them. So I guess you can keep track of what your score is. And I guess you just put that in there and then. Okay. That seems kind of cheap. I wonder if it says how far these things are supposed to be apart. This one doesn't. I don't even think it came with instructions. If there's a distance they're supposed to be apart. I guess the distance doesn't really matter. Let's do the regular cornhole first. We'll just put these here. I think these bags are gonna really suck. It's a little weird with the table being so tall. Usually you'd have this on a much lower table, so you'd kind of like loft it up. We're gonna pretend like we didn't see that. Okay. Yeah, that kind of sucks, to be honest. The bags don't really stick to the board. They just kind of like, well, that one went in. They just kind of like bounce off and just roll. Well, if I could get one on there. Yeah, that honestly sucks. These bags are too bouncy. They should have like, I don't know what's in them. It feels like solid sand or something. They should have put like little beads or something in here to make it a little bit more kind of floppy. Something that resembles like an actual cornhole bag. So like this is just too. Yeah, I mean you get, if you just like throw it right in the hole, it's fine. But like, if they wanted to be real extra, what they probably really should have done. Let me break these up, see if that helps. They should have made them double-sided, like a normal cornhole bag. They have like a fast side and a slow side. These just got too much bounce in them. So like I think if you played this game, it's not going to be like normal cornhole where you know you might have 2 on the board, 1 in the hole, and you know and get your points that way. It's going to be either you get it directly in the hole, or that's it. So I've kind of broke this up. Let's see if it makes a difference. That's a little better, if you can throw it on there. It's not horrible. At least now you can, once you break them up, you can kind of keep them on the board. I would give that like a, maybe like a 3 out of 10, something like that. You could probably have some fun with it, but it's not going to be that much fun. Like if the bags were better quality, and like maybe if the boards were even just a little bit bigger also. Like I feel like these are just kind of, I know this is supposed to be tabletop. You know, make them like another, maybe like 6 inches longer and 6 inches wider. Have something kind of like substantial there. Make the bags a little bit bigger so they can get more of like the flop and kind of like function more like a regular board. With regular cornhole, you know, you can hit it like pretty much anywhere in here and have it slide in. That's never going to happen with this. It's just going to hit and then bounce off, or it's just going to like hit and just stick. It's never really going to, you know, act like a regular cornhole board. That part kind of sucks. I feel like they could have done better with this. Even if they just made it a little bit longer and like really not even that much wider, I feel like that would give you more opportunity to have it slide like a regular board. But yeah, I'd say maybe like a 3 out of 10. All right, now our little catapult cornhole. These are filled with like the metal beads, so they might not be too bad. Like halfway down? Too much? Not enough. Still not enough. This is tough. See, that hit the board and that just kind of bounced right off. I don't think I really like this one either. Because it's either, again, it's going to be either you're in the hole or you're not. Like, I don't know if you're ever going to be able to actually get one like on the board. Oh, and went straight in the hole. I want to just see if one will even land on the board. This thing is, it's just so inconsistent. I just don't know if you could even have any fun with it. 'Cause it's not like, I mean, you're gonna get like one in the hole out of every 15 shots probably. Let's put a counter on the screen of how many shots I've taken and how many have gone on the board, which is 0, and I've got one in the hole. And we'll see how many shots it takes for me to get one on the board. Oh, okay, cool. The very next one. So we got one right on the corner. And I only think that stayed there just because it kind of hit like right on the edge. Wow, 2 in a row. Maybe I got the hang of it. See, it's just so inconsistent. I think I would probably give this like probably like another 3, maybe even like a 2. Just because it's so inconsistent. I don't like it's not fun enough, I think, to like play a full game or to play it for more than like 10 minutes or something, because it's just so inconsistent and it's so difficult to try to get them lined up. I think it would just, for the average person, I think you would just lose interest extremely fast. So I give like I'll say 2.5. Our next one, right in line with cornhole, we have coin hole. Basically the same thing. You set your boards up, except for I think you just set them up like beside each other. And you have 4 coins. And it's just like, I forget what that game is called. It's like a drinking game and you have to like bounce quarters into a cup or something. It's basically just like that, but with a little cornhole board. Instead, you're supposed to bounce it 2 inches approximately in front of the board and get it in the hole. So we only need 1. Let's see how many tries it takes me. That one was almost in. This is going to be way more difficult than I thought. Oh, there we go. We got one. So that wasn't too bad. I think, of course I threw the instructions away, but I think you're supposed to play it maybe like with the rules of cornholes, because you have 2 different colors. So maybe it would be like, 1 point for everyone you get on the board, 3 points for everyone you get in the hole, and then you could go back and forth or something. So that's kind of cool. It's not that difficult. All right, just put one in. I think it's kind of cool. I could see like this turning into some type of like drinking game or something where you're not just doing this over and over. Like you have like maybe this is a part of a larger game where like this is like you do one thing and then you do something else, then you come over here and you do this, then you do something else, something like that. I think this could get kind of boring if it was just a game by itself. I think it's pretty cool. So I would actually probably give this like a 6 out of 10. I think you could have some real fun with this. All right, our next one is a tabletop skee ball. So we've all played skee ball. We all know how it works. You take the little balls. These are actually wooden and they're actually pretty good quality. You'll roll them up and see which ones you get into. So this actually looks pretty fun, to be honest. So we'll do that there. See what we can do. Let's try to get one in the 50 first. Okay, I am horrible. Oh, there's a 50. Let's get 100. Easy. Another 100. Oh, another 100. I can get that one on the other side for sure. Come on. Okay. The obvious downside here is going to be that you're going to lose the balls. Let's just see if we can get them all in the 50 or something, maybe. Oh, there we go. I think we all get the picture. This is pretty cool. I actually think you could have a lot of fun with this. Especially, I mean, this is supposed to be tabletop games, but put this on the floor, you know, if you have a hardwood floor or something, or even like in a garage or something, like a concrete floor. I think having it on the floor and rolling them on the ground would probably be a little bit better than tabletop, because it's a little bit difficult. I think I give this like an 8 out of 10. Especially if you have like kids or something, I think this could be a lot of fun. And then it folds up pretty nice. To like store away somewhere, you can just put all the balls in there. Yeah, I think that's an 8 out of 10. Okay, so this is our next one. I forget what it's called, the ring game or whatever. I'm not saying that this game sucks. I am gonna say that this particular set does suck, because you have to build the entire thing yourself. You gotta put, all this just comes in pieces. You have to put the screws in and like line everything up yourself. I hate that, because I've never played this before, and I don't know like how everything is exactly supposed to be set up. It just shows, like, these are the instructions, literally just shows pictures. And all it shows is just like, that this is how you set it up. You just do it to where this fits over here. And maybe that's correct, but I just sat here for like 15 minutes and messed with it, and I never could get it. So either there's some trick I don't know, or maybe this isn't set up correctly. There's a weird one or something. I'll try for a little bit longer. I think the goal here is you would have 2 hooks, which I just didn't set up the other one. And then you would have this here, and then I guess this is like your peg or whatever, and you start in the middle, and then every time you would get yours on, then you would move this towards your opponent, and every time they get theirs on, then they move it towards you, and then whoever gets it to the other side first wins. But it's just me, so I'm just gonna play by myself. I don't know how long I'm gonna try this before I just give up, but like I said, I've already attempted it for like 15 minutes. I never could get it, so we'll just see how it goes. Of course, on camera I get it. So maybe that is set up correctly. And maybe it is just that difficult. But I still feel like it's just not set up correctly. I'm not gonna rate the game itself, but I will rate this particular one, and I'd give this particular one like a 1 out of 10. Just because I feel like at a bare minimum, the rope should come a predetermined size, and this should come like with the hooks already in it with the rope attached. There's no like confusion, and you can't really set it up wrong because it's just like predetermined or whatever. But that's just me. So let's move on to something more fun. What would a tabletop games episode be without the Cracker Barrel triangle golf tee game? Whatever it's called. I'm sure basically everybody has played this before, but the rule is you put all the pegs in there, and then you have to jump over each peg to, not steal, but like eliminate one. And then the goal is to eventually get it all down to just one peg. I've gotten close on this game before, but I don't know that I've ever gotten one. So I'll try real fast. I guess our really only move is gonna be this. We'll take that one, and we'll go here, take that one, go here, take that one, here, to take that one, we'll go here to take this one. No, we won't do that, because I can't get these 3 out. So let's go here to take this one. I think I might have messed up. We can go here to take this. We can go here to take that, here to take that to do that. Ugh. Now we're left with 3. I think this is where I always get messed up. But there's some like sequence that you can do if you know it, and you can get it to 1 every time. I'm sure we've all played this game at Cracker Barrel. I know I've played it a million times. It's a pretty cool little game, especially for like passing time. Perfect for, you know, like at Cracker Barrel or just some restaurant where you're just like waiting on your food to come. Keep your mind occupied. I would rate this one like maybe probably like a 9 out of 10 maybe, just because it is so good at killing time and it makes you think. And overall, I think it's a pretty good game. So give it a 9 out of 10. Okay, our next one is another bowling game. This one, much smaller, much more tedious. This one, I don't know if I like this. But the whole idea here is that you have this little ramp, and you have your little steel ball, and you have this little thing that you can kind of direct whichever way you want, and you just bowl. So I'm just gonna go right down the middle. Let's go. See if we can get a strike. Oh, we didn't get a strike. Interesting. Now we have this like weird split. We got 3 left. Let's see if we can get a strike. I'm gonna rate this one low, I think, just because it's so tedious and everything is so teeny tiny. So teeny tiny. All right. Now, if I learned anything from Wii Bowling, you got to aim a little bit off center. So let's do that. That looks a little bit off center to me. Let's see. Oh, almost a strike. Maybe we can get a spare. I think that one would have fell over if that pin wasn't there. I mean, this thing works. It's all right. For me, not some of you might love this. You know, this might be right up your alley. This might be a 10 for you. For me, this is like a 1. Maybe like a half. Just simply because it's so small and so tedious, and I would never sit here and just set these things up one by one and go through this whole process. Ever. Like, it's just too small and too tedious for me. So I'm going to rate it very low. For some of you, this could be a 10. All right, our next game is this. This is Crazy Shot basketball game. And of course, the idea here, I don't know why there's a score on the board. I guess 2 is as low as you can go. So the idea here would be that you would kind of duel it out with a friend, and you just go like this. Come on. You lose the balls if you go too hard. But the idea here would be that you just do this over and over until you get it in. And I guess the first one to 14 would win. Let me see how long it takes to get one in. I'm gonna do 2 at a time. See if I can get 2 in at the same time. Oh, I got 1 in over here. Okay, lost both of those. Oh, got that one in. I feel like this is, I don't hate it, but I feel like once you get the hang of it, it should be pretty easy. Oh, almost had 3 in a row. Yeah, once you kind of figure out where to go. Come on, I have like, what did I get, 3 in a row? Okay, I don't know. I think you could have a lot of fun with it, but I think it would get, the problem with this, I think it would get boring after a while. Because as you just saw, within 30 seconds, I was able to kind of just get a feel for it and figure out where I needed to be and get 3 or 4 in a row. Of course, now I'm not gonna be able to do it. But I feel like once you kind of figure it out, then it's gonna get kind of boring because you can just sit here and just do it over and over and over and over and over again. I guess if you owned the game and then you wanted to like challenge somebody and you had time to practice, then it could be kind of fun because then you could just beat everybody. Overall, the Crazy Shot basketball game, I think I would give this like a 5, I think. It's not great, but it's not bad. It would be a good way to kill like maybe 15 minutes maybe or something, but then it's gonna get kind of boring. I tend to like stuff that's, you know, you can kill a lot of time with it, not just like 10 minutes and then get bored or whatever. See, like, I just got another one. Once you figure it out, it's pretty easy. So I just don't like, there's not a whole lot of longevity here. You know what I mean? So for that, I'm gonna give it a 5. All right, next we have the fast sling puck game. I don't really know, it looks like a slingshot version of air hockey type thing. Okay. I guess these are our pucks. I didn't realize. Oh, these are just extras. I thought I had to put this thing together. So we have some extra elastic bands. It's like a game and an instrument. So I guess the agenda here would be each side gets a certain amount of pucks. I don't know how many. I don't know if you do all of them. All of them would be, feels like it'd be too crowded. Let's give each side maybe like 3. And I guess your objective would be to, what's the purpose of that? Oh, okay, I guess your objective is to, each person is gonna be slinging pucks back and forth. All the pucks on their side would win. Or maybe you start with, maybe you each use like one color or something? Because I think it has to do with whoever gets all of them on the other person's side first. It's like if you each start with 3, then you go back and forth to see who gets them on the other person's side first. It seems too easy though, because you just pull it straight back. Or you just launch it right out. I could see where this would be a lot of fun, actually. I like that part. I could just have fun doing that. See if we can get 2 in a row. We did it. Okay, so if you were competing with somebody back and forth, I could see where that would be a lot of fun. It's a little bit easy. The whole idea, I guess, would be like 2 people would be going at the same time. I don't know why that keeps happening. So then you would hit each other, potentially. And I'm sure that would probably cause like a lot of chaos, hitting them back and forth into each other. These things are slippery. I'm just dropping these things all over the place. Probably like an 8 out of 10. Because I could see this, where this could get really competitive. This could be like a drinking game. This could be really like a game for anything. I like this. I'm gonna give this an 8. All right, now our next one is tabletop ping pong. I don't have anyone to play with, so I'm just gonna set it up against the table, or against the wall, and I will just play by myself. So the way this one works, you stretch this out. This table's a little bit too thick. We got our ping pong balls. Let's see what we can do. Maybe playing by yourself is a little bit more difficult. Okay, so ping pong by yourself kind of sucks. That did not work out nearly like I thought it would. But you can see, I mean, this thing, I think, I would almost rate this a 10. I'd probably give it a 9, just because it actually feels like it's decent quality. I mean, it's ping pong. I guess the quality is not that important. But this is something that is small, compact. It'll fit probably on almost any table. And like on a dinner table or something, this would be perfect. You could have so much fun with this. This is not like a lot of the other stuff where you're gonna kill maybe like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes or something. You could kill a couple hours with this, easy, with somebody. And then I think, let's see how far this stretches out. Oh wow. I don't know if you can see that. Almost 6 feet, probably like 5.5 feet, something like that. It'll accommodate a big table. I like that. I'm gonna give that a 9. Okay, now our next one is the tabletop roll game. And this was actually made by Dude Perfect, which I didn't even realize until I was just looking at this box whenever I was setting this up. But this is kind of like a make up your own game type situation. So you could probably do it for points or prizes or whatever. But the whole idea is you have ping pong balls and you just roll them down a table and you try to get the ping pong ball into different slots. And then you can decide from there whether you want one to be a certain amount of points and the other one's another amount of points. It also comes with 2 more of these big ones. So you can have 2 big ones on either side, but my table is only wide enough to have 2 of them on there, and you get 1 small one. Have a whole game set up in a whole bunch of different ways. The small one is literally the size of 1 ping pong ball. So I guess that's why it's the hard one. Oh wow, it doesn't even fit through there with the net. So naturally, I'm gonna get all of mine right in the center because I'm just talented like that. Okay, that was a practice. That was also practice. Oh, those are practice. I'm just warming up. Let's try one of these. I'm gonna go until I get one in that middle one. There's gonna be a counter on the screen for how many tries it takes, but I'm not gonna give up. Come on. I think my table goes to the right. Come on. Look at that. I think the Dude Perfect ping pong balls, there's something wrong with them. They like reject the middle one. But the regular ping pong ball went straight in. So I don't know how many tries that was. That was like maybe less than 10 or something. I'm actually going to rate this game probably also a 9. I could see myself killing a lot of time with this. It's really like tedious, and there's like a certain, if you want to get it in the middle, there's like, you can kind of, especially if your table's a little bit uneven, it's almost like golfing. You kind of have to figure out exactly where to roll it and how to kind of curve it to where it goes straight in. I like that. I feel like I could kill a lot of time with this. I'm gonna give this a 9. All right, before we even focus on our last product, I'm not gonna show you too much. I'm just giving you a little bit of a sneak peek, but I am standing inside of my brand new garage that I just had built. And once I get this place situated, get everything figured out, all videos moving forward will be inside of an actual garage, just like the old days. So I'm super excited about that. Now, let's take a look at our last product. This is the one that I said was like, it's not really tabletop. This is a throwing board, like throwing target. I don't really know what you want to call it, but it's got like all these little fingers on it. And then you have ninja stars and you have hatchets. And then they're built with these like slits in them. You can see, so that way they can stick in between all these little fingers. Let's start off with the ninja stars and see how well this thing works. Now, according to the instruction manual, you're supposed to be 15 feet away. So 15 feet is right here. So let's see what we can do. Come on. Come on, give me it. I mean, at least I'm consistent. That's quite the group. It just needs to be over here. I feel like I can get more accurate than that. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. I don't know how I go from being incredibly inaccurate or incredibly accurate just in the wrong area to all over the place. Funny how that works. Oh, beautiful. Maybe let's get a little bit closer. Ah, see? That one didn't even... This one didn't even touch the fingers. This one just went, just went inside the other one. That's kind of crazy. Oh, beautiful. 15 feet feels a little bit far, actually, but it's challenging. Okay, that's the Ninja Stars. Let's do the hatchets. Maybe I'm more accurate with hatchets. Okay, maybe not. Oh, there we go. It's not horrible. I got one in the bullseye. Let's see if we can get at least a couple in the bullseye. Oh! Maybe we can just not even hit the board, huh? Oh, there we go. So it seems like one out of every 4, 5, 6, 1 out of every 7 or so, I can get a bullseye. Maybe let's move closer. Let's go like 10 feet. All right, 10 feet. Oh, so easy. Way easier. Let's try the Ninja Stars from 10 feet. All right, let's get them all in the bullseye. I think these things are flying crooked. There we go. There we go. There we go. Maybe it's just a little technique issue, you know? All right, just for fun, I'm gonna go to however much distance I got here, maybe like 20 feet. And just for fun, let's just see where we end up. Oh. Oh, that one. Okay. You know, I think I might got this figured out for the long distance. Let me take these. Let's take some hatchets. This is probably, yeah, this is probably 20 feet. Maybe 25. Oh. They're like curving. I love how I just said, I think I got this figured out. Barely got one. All right, here's the hatchets. Yeah, it's like they curve. Or maybe I'm throwing them crooked. All right, I'm actually having a lot of fun, but let's just do 3 more hatchets. Oh, okay, that one hit. It just didn't stick. Okay. I think this thing is a lot of fun. What would I rate this thing out of 10? I think I'm gonna give it a 10. Maybe I don't know, it's hard to get something at 10. We'll say 9.5. Just simply because it's so fun. I'm probably gonna spend 2 hours out here after I turn this camera off and just play with this because it's so much fun. So I give it a 10. Highly recommend. Even though it's not a tabletop game, it is a very fun game. That's all I got for you. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.